Under the golden hue of a Tagaytay sunset, Amara believed love was just a fairy tale for others, not for someone like her, until a stranger with a haunted smile walked into her cafe and quietly changed her fate. The first brew, Pus story. Tagaytay was always kind to Amara. The cool breeze, the scent of freshly brewed coffee, and the quiet rustle of pine trees made every day feel like a gentle lullaby. At 24, Amara managed her late uncle's cafe, Luna Brews, a small but charming shop that overlooked Tal Lake. She liked the quiet, the routine, and the way her life fit together like puzzle pieces that no longer needed changing, until that one stormy afternoon. The bell above the cafe door rang. She looked up. A man, tall and slightly drenched, stepped in. His sharp jawline, tousled black hair, and wetsuit screamed, "Manila boy." But it was his eyes, dark, lost, and looking for more than just caffeine, that caught her off guard. "Hi, do you serve anything warm enough to kill heartbreak?" he asked, half joking. She smiled. "Depends. Do you want that with or without extra regret?" He smirked. "Extra, please." She handed him a hot caramel macchiato. "This one's on the house. We don't charge for emotional damage." He laughed, genuinely. And that was the first time Liam Alonzo felt something that resembled peace in weeks. Storm brewing. Liam returned the next day. And the next. Sometimes he'd sit by the window sketching buildings on his notepad. Other times he'd watch Amara as she worked, his eyes always lingering a little too long. They talked about coffee, about sunsets, about heartbreak. Amara learned he was an architect, taking a break after a canceled engagement. His fiancée had left him 2 weeks before their wedding. He was a mess. A quiet, well-dressed mess. But Amara didn't judge. She knew pain well. Her parents died in a car crash when she was 13, and she was raised by her Uncle Ben, who passed away just last year. "You ever wonder," Liam asked one night, "if some people are just cursed to be alone?" "No," Amara said firmly. "Some people just haven't met the one who makes being alone feel like a lie." He stared at her. "Maybe you're right." Soon the town began to notice. Liam and Amara were inseparable. They took walks after cafe hours, went on spontaneous food trips, and watched Netflix on her phone under the stars. One night he brought her a bouquet of red roses. "For you," he said, cheeks slightly pink. "You know I'm allergic to cliches," she teased. "Good thing I brought antihistamines." She laughed and kissed him on the cheek. And for the first time in months, Liam thought, maybe this small-town girl is exactly what my heart needed. But love stories are rarely that simple. The Woman in White. One afternoon, a sleek white BMW stopped in front of Luna Brews. From it stepped a woman wearing a pristine white dress and blood-red lipstick, Celine Ortega, Liam's childhood best friend, and his ex-fiancée. "What are you doing here?" Amara asked when she saw them talking outside. "She came to return something," Liam said vaguely. "Your heart?" she asked, half joking, half afraid. He didn't laugh. That night, Liam was distant, cold, a shell of the man who used to smile at her like she was sunrise. Celine stayed in Tagaytay for days. Rumors swirled. Some claimed they saw Liam leaving her hotel at midnight. Others said the engagement was back on. Amara didn't ask. She simply waited, until she couldn't anymore. "Goodbye, Brew." "I can't keep doing this," Amara said, voice trembling. Liam looked at her, guilt flooding his eyes. Nothing happened with Celine. But she asked me to come back. To Manila. To my life. "And what about me?" Her voice cracked. "What was I? A detour?" "No," he whispered. "You were the pause I needed, but I don't know if I'm ready to give up everything else." Tears ran down her cheeks. "Then go." "But just go, Liam." He left, and with him, the light in Amara's quiet world dimmed. 1 year later. Luna Brews survived, But Amara's heart didn't feel the same. She buried herself in work. She painted, wrote in her journal, and told herself, he chose another life. That doesn't mean mine has to stop. Until one rainy evening, a familiar sketchpad appeared on her cafe counter. She looked up. Liam, wearing the same haunted smile. Only this time his eyes were clear. You left this, she said, sliding the sketchpad toward him. I didn't come for the sketchpad. Then why are you here? I chose wrong, he said, voice thick. I thought life in Manila was what I needed, but every sunrise there felt gray. I kept waiting to feel whole, but I only felt that here, with you. Amara looked down. It's been a year, Liam. I know, and if you've moved on, I'll walk away. But if there's even one page left in our story. He opened the sketchpad. Inside was a drawing of her. Amara, standing behind the cafe counter, sunlight behind her, smiling, like she did the day they met. She burst into tears. I hate you, she said between sobs. I missed you too. He pulled her into a hug. Outside, the rain poured like applause. Beneath the same sky. They didn't pretend things would be easy. They argued, they healed. They talked about the past and painted their future in softer strokes. Liam helped expand Luna Brew's, added a rooftop garden, designed it to look like a floating nest above the clouds. One evening, under the stars, he knelt down. No grand speech, no dramatic gestures, just a ring. And his quiet voice. I don't need a big city or a fancy title. I just need mornings with your coffee and nights with your stories. Will you marry me? Amara smiled through tears. You took your time. I had to find my heart first. She kissed him. And under the same sky where they first met, Amara and Liam found what many spend a lifetime searching for, a love that didn't need perfect timing, just the right person. 1 year later. Luna Brews now had a second branch in Baguio. Amara's book of poems, titled Beneath the Same Sky, was published. And every Friday, at exactly 4 p.m., Liam sat by the cafe window, still sketching, still watching the girl who once saved him with coffee and a smile. Because sometimes, the best love stories are brewed slowly, with patience, pain, and one perfect cup.